Media family. It is the GTFU crew coming to you live from all over the country. Hey, you guys, and happy Thursday.
New Jersey. What's up?
So, where are you guys coming? I know, Fab, you're in Florida, right?
Look at the sky.
I know, and you look amazing. I love this whole background. It looks like you actually decorated your set. Carlton, where are you coming to us live from?
At home in Edgewater, New
Ooh,
Jersey.
I love Edgewater, and I must say that your home is amazing.
My dear, I love it here. Had the pleasure today, so that was great.
Well, welcome. If this is your first time here, this is the GTFU group. You can find us primarily on Facebook under GTFU as a group. Uh, we are the teaching team from the GTFU events, retreats, workshops, whatever floats your boat. We have it going on. And we have created this incredible group of people, which I think now has reached like over 230 people, something like that.
Growing fast. A lot of people want to.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our GTFU Glow the F Up group, and we've got so many wonderful people. And we go live. We try to go live at least once a week with the teaching team at GTFU to just talk about positive topics to keep you uplifted, to keep you looking forward to the future, which is incredibly important. I am one of the teachers, Shaman Isis, and as you see, I'm joined by our two other GTFU teaching team members, Fabulous and Carlton Jones. So, what is our topic tonight? Glorious and gorgeous, Fabulous.
Well, before we go, thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for saying that. I accept the compliment, and I was going to backtrack because I didn't the first time you said it. Because what I thought you guys would ask is why I'm in my background. But
I was getting there.
I mean,
I wasn't already know.
well, thank you. And I actually graciously accept giving us the topic tonight, which is ritual. And I love that because as I was sharing with you guys a little bit ago, we get excited about sharing things that I had a breakthrough around because I was one of those things, my mind can be really literal. Like when people would talk baby witch, like you need a wand and some rock, you know what I mean? And it wasn't until one of my presented it to me a certain way and said, it's not about the articles, it's about giving a signal to your nervous system.
I love that.
Yeah,
So true. God, so powerful.
It is. And especially when politically and socially things are so just shifting so fast. You're like, what, when you're in that state of what the hell is up, it really helps to have something to remind your nervous system to come back to yourself. And so I'm grateful that we are here talking about this because I think you guys are ritualistically gifted individuals.
Yeah, no, I love this topic. I know, Carlton, you're very ritual driven. I know I am. If I don't do my rituals, if I go like even just a few days without my rituals, I see a dip in my level of consciousness. Like it begins to go down. I start to fall into unhealthy thought habits. The old cycles come back, and pretty quickly that emotional and mental mastery will run out of command, and it's the rituals that keep me really flowing. So,
And I love what you said, Fab, because it's like ritual sounds what it is. It has a level of being sacred to it, which can be very off-putting for a lot of people because it can be witchy. It can be, to their minds might be around, but actual rituals can be quite simple moments of just awareness that we connect to. So I love that we're having this topic as well because
and I think something that is really important to distinguish from, is it a ritual or a task? Another thing I was meditation, right? Like a lot of people are meditating first thing in the morning. Like Carlton, I get that's a ritual for you. When I
Yeah.
Yeah, when I say I'm going to do that, it becomes a to-do list item for me. So what I've changed it to is that, when I wake up in the morning and my mind is 17 different things that I need to do are, kind of swirling around, I must listen to 10 minutes of whether it's a meditation, just something uplifting and positive where I like literally make a playlist. And actually, this morning I listened to the importance of ritual. And I like to hear it from a lot of different perspectives. This one in particular was scientific, and they were talking about how when groups do rituals together, it bonds them and makes them like each other more. And also, so even without speaking it, has the other people on your team or your tribe be accountable for, um, yeah, for like holding that space and keeping the ritual alive. Um, but and that's why I'm in my bathrobe because I literally went to bed thinking I have so many fires to put out in the morning. I don't know if it's my strong ass witch vibes, but there were fire alarms waking me up at 3 a.m.
Get out the fire.
Insane, and it was the most disturbing sound. And then I'm like, how come no one else is called? I mean, it was like property wide, you know, alarms going off. And then as soon as I called, they turned it off, which is really funny. And that's when I was like, you need to restart this day right now. Like, go back to bed, even if it's for 10 minutes, get up. And then I had to restart it again at 4 o'clock, and hence.
A couple
Yeah,
restarts.
sometimes that's what there is to do.
You touched on something that's very important and because I mentioned this in step 6 of the
Mhm.
manifestation guide that we're giving away. Cynthia's going to talk about that workshop giveaway a little bit later, but it's turning tasks into
Mm.
ritual. So that's something that, like, for me, meditation, I approach it as that because I do it before I get out of bed. I sit in bed and it's a ritual every minutes or it's 20 minutes. That has become one ritual every day. The same thing can go to bed. You can, and I do because it instantly raises my vibration. You start your day off in gratitude and it can be the same thing going to bed, breath, and a moment of reflection happened during the day. That becomes a ritual doing that vibration. This thing that can happen when you have so much going. We're also busy. Who don't have time to sit in moment? That kind of a ritual can be in the
Mhm.
shower, like water, your energy, and that we every day make that up.
Yes.
We we're familiar with the rich eat. I mean, from the South, I grew up saying a blessing before
Yes.
that kind of
Yeah.
diminish when you're on the run and grabbing a slice of pizza, but it can be a breath you and really feeling that becomes a ritual. So those were in tasks become
I
ritual.
love that. I
Thank you.
love that you just shared that. Can I just mention for a lot of people have religious trauma. Um, it's not that they hate the idea of having rituals. It's that the rituals that were used in their own experience weren't handled properly, and so they have a knee jerk reaction to a lot of things. Uh, um,
Mhm.
Prayer, which is a phrase that a lot of people in the spiritual community avoid because it has such correlation to religion. Prayer is the action of words as spells, and it's speaking your manifestations and what you desire and what you want to be relieved of and what you want to foresee and what you want to help with into reality. And so I would really love to see the spiritual community become more embracing and more supportive of prayer, if they can work on divorcing themselves from their own religious trauma related to it, because prayer
Mm.
is incredibly powerful. Our words are spells. Saying them, even in our minds, under our breath, or even out loud, is so incredibly powerful and a beautiful ritual to start the day. And it does not mean that you're stuck in the religious trauma of your past, or that you necessarily believe in what someone that may have traumatized you, or a religion that you agree with or don't agree with believes in. You have your own ritual around that, and your ritual of can include prayer, and it does not require the condoning, the agreement of, or the approval of anyone or anything.
I love that you're rebranding prayer, Cynthia. I think that's so powerful. Like,
It's very, very.
yeah, and maybe it's not calling it that, for some people,
Yeah.
but yeah, that kind of ties back into what Carlton said about creating to dos or tasks or have dos as rituals. And I also think it's so important, Carlton, that you mentioned that you do it whether or not it's 2 minutes, because it's so easy to be like, I'm not going to be available for the full 15-minute meditation I'm going to do, and just throw it out.
Mhm.
Yeah. And another thing is like creating your own rituals. Like I have some really fun ones. Like when I do any type of session or healing work that requires, sort of touching someone, I shake it off as they're walking out and I send it back to them. And it just reminds me of like when I was able to appreciate ritual, as it's not that me doing this is like some abracadabra shit. It's that you're, telling yourself this thing is complete. And now I move on to something else. I don't know about you guys, but for me, that's such an important part of my life, especially because we multitask so much. Like,
Hmm.
honestly, I feel like today was a really difficult day. It's a really this new moon today has a lot of uncomfortable aspects, which we may not get to talk about right now, but we'll talk about later. Um, and part of what was it's almost that the things that had to get done, the frustrations weren't the main frustration. The frustration was that they were so decentralized. And
Hmm.
so having that way of going, this part is done and now I can move on is huge. And I think ritual does that.
Mm, mm.
Hmm.
Actually
Love
makes
them.
sense with what you're saying about the moon because the new moon is a time for like manifestation and ritual is a part of that. So why not use even that? Even, ritual doesn't have to be every day, but maybe ritual is when a new moon comes around and you're like, oh, this is the time to try and start to manifest something new.
Well, do you have a ritual for tonight?
I know
Like,
you
are
do.
you going to do your personal ritual tonight?
You know what? Actually, you've shared I think of the last new moon a ritual that I did not do, but I have a small ritual for myself, but I'm open to whatever and new and expanding on that because I feel like rituals are they're I mean, actually, they're not so new to me. They're new, the concept and the thought process around embracing it as a ritual. But as we prepared for this, I realized, I have rituals that I do, and I just never had the mind frame that they were actually rituals.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I love that you said that because it's so true. I think for a lot of people, removing the sort of stigma around ritual, having to look or sound or be a certain way, particularly in the spiritual community, because there's so much drama around it. When you look at something like a Burning Man, it's like very dramatic. And as a shaman, I get that too. People are like, "Oh, are we going to take acid and travel the world, the universes?" And I'm like, no, we were just going to actually pray in a crystal circle and 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 do some cards, like breathe. Like it doesn't have to always be dramatic. Actually, the most powerful ceremony ritual that I have is gentle and embracing and loving and easy and repeatable. easily repeatable. And I think that's one of the things is like, because we live in a visual world and we also live in a world that loves to brag. So much of the ritual has been turned into an Instagram post. And it's like you
Mhm.
can actually just be. You can just be and
Mhm.
just allow and look at ritual as the beginning and ending of things. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than saying these I am creating these rituals because they honor the beginning and the ending of whatever it is, insert whatever it is, and that becomes a beautiful ceremony for you. I'm huge on ceremony,
Mhm.
um, but it doesn't have to be, glamorous or expensive or difficult or require a book of directions. Like, and God bless, I love the witchy community. I love the spiritual community, but there are times when I'm like, oh, dude, you've just jumped the shark. Like you've gone into levels of complication that I think for most people actually take them out of being present in the moment because they're so busy trying to check the list off of
Mhm.
all the stuff that has to be done around the ritual. And it's like, be present in the ritual. The most important thing that you can do in a ritual is just show up.
Mhm.
So speaking of rituals, I know for me, new moons, um, and changing of seasons are an incredibly huge opportunity to manifest dreams. If you are looking to manifest dreams in your personal life, in your work life, if you're looking to deal with some of the challenges that happen to all of us along this incredible path, then I'm going to highly recommend that you, if you're not already a member of the GTFU community, join it because we are completing the first course that we've ever offered to our GTFU and larger community. We have about 50,000 fans across all of our different avenues, newsletters and LinkedIn and things like that. And for the first time ever, we're offering a course to all of our fans as a thank you for their spreading the word of conscious living and how what a dramatic difference it can make in your life experience and helping other people learn about it. Just introducing it to them. And so we've got our first ever manifesting
Mhm.
magic course coming out. And what's the date, Fab?
It is March 15th.
Woo!
Mhm. Yeah.
So March 15th, if you sign up for our newsletter, you're going to get our Manifesting Magic course for free, which is a big deal because we've got over 1,000 students in our um, Raising Consciousness, Rocking Life course on Udemy right now. So apparently the courses are very appreciated. So if you're not already signed up for our newsletter, go sign up for it, and you will get that course in two weeks.
Yeah, just about. It's
Just
right
about
there. We're
just
rounding out
the
February, a little over.
the last day of February.
Mhm.
The longest month. Longest, darkest month. I mean, it is really true. People really begin to wilt around this time. So actually, my new moon ritual for tonight is going to be super simple, like you said. So I'm going to go sit on the beach for 15 minutes and think about what I want to create next.
I love that. I love that. What about you, Carlton? What are you going to do for the new moon?
I'm going to also be under the stars as well, and just mindful moment of just really kind of rounding out this pre-spring thought process of what I want to manifest, where I want it to go. Um, and absorb some quiet. I do that usually in the morning, but rarely in the evening. And since it's such decent weather in New York, I can actually be outside and just absorb it, absorb it.
I
Nice.
love it. I love it. Oh, you guys,
Mhm.
thank you so much for joining us for our
Yeah.
live stream. We're sending you the biggest, most
Mm.
genuine energy, a hug from the universe to remind you that even if you have no family or little family and very few friends, you have a soul family and you are loved. So, in those moments when you need to remind yourself, just remember this crew right here. We're sending you love and a warm embrace and telling you to remember what a god or goddess you are.
Glow up.
Thank you.
All right.
Glow
Up.
glow the F up, you guys. Carlton Fab, it was so good to see you guys.
I love it. Thank you for bringing us here, Lady Shaman Isis.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys will be back soon enough next week with something else amazing in the conscious living community of the world. So if you're not already following us at the GTFU community, the GTFU group on Facebook, go do that. And
go to the site. Yes, glowthefup.us.
Yes.
Yeah, you get a little more info on us and our retreat in DR that's coming up in June. So all that good stuff. Find
It's
us.
all ready for some sun.
Make it happen.
yes, yeah,
right?
go to glowthefup.us. That is the website where you can learn about the next event that we're doing. Our events are really popular and really fabulous. You get to hang out with us, and the next one is in the Dominican Republic. So go to the glowthefup.us website landing page and learn more about that, and sign up for the newsletter so you can get
Ciao,
that
people.
Get
manifestation
that
event.
PDF.
Bye, you guys. Have a good night.